Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Friday, September 24th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. Oh my gosh, guys, welcome. Welcome to everybody who's coming in tonight. Good to see ya. I hope everybody has had a decent day today. Welcome to my Facebook peeps who come in and chat. And welcome to my Facebook peeps who lurk. Hey, as long as you learn something, either way is fine. That's cool. Zoom out. Zoom out. So I've got several projects here going. Thank you so much for all the messages of the work that I'm doing for you. Always nice to hear from people. I've got several things up my sleeve here. We'll see what we can work on tonight. And by the way, welcome to my YouTube peeps as well. Glad to see you as well. All right. So we've been working on our dark grayscale. And our little witch. I did a lot of work last night on this piece here. Spirit Animals by Hannah Carzon. Just got the bottom to do basically. Excuse me. And we'll see if we can get back to the wreath. That's always fun to do. All right. So I'm still in the mood to do our little witch. We'll play around with that. Hey Rhonda. Always good to see you, sweetie. I hope you've enjoying how I'm doing this witch for you. La-da-da-dum. Miss Rhonda, how is your day going today? Doing okay, I hope. Hello, Ginny, when you see this. Ginny, you're going to have to change your sleeping hours so you can come in and visit with us maybe one day a week. Rhonda says, very well, thank you. Yeah, I had a decent day today. All right, so again, several projects here. We've been busy. Busy, busy, busy. I have got to finish this tonight. I really do. Okay, so let's go ahead and play with the witch. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my slice knife. I've talked about this before. And I'm going to work on the cats. Oh, Rhonda says that Jenny's family is all in from out of town for her. By next week, we'll pick up. Okay. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and this is a very sharp ceramic blade knife, by the way, by Slice Company, S-L-I-C-E, if you're interested. Zoom in, zoom in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to etch the fur lines into the pet, the animal. And tomorrow, Rhonda's granddaughter gets to see her present that Rhonda colored up for her and framed. You excited, Rhonda, about giving it to her? Okay, so I'm very lightly etching in the fur here. Well, Rhonda, I'm so glad that you have progressed like you have in your coloring, and now you can give out beautiful, beautiful gifts. Okay, let's see if you can see those. Zoom in. Don't forget on the 28th, we've got a duet coloring with Dawn. That's always fun. Yeah, you'll probably get more requests tomorrow. That's right. I think what you better do, Rhonda, is you better show them things that you're interested in coloring and let them pick. Okay, so zoom in, zoom in. So we've got our etch lines here. All right, and let's get our putty face here. Let's see. And remember, you can change the length of your etch lines depending on what you're showing. So as I'm getting near the eye here and the face, I'm just going really short. Nothing exotic here at all. And I think while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and etch the second cat. Zoom out. Zoom out. Welcome to everybody who's popping in. And welcome to everybody who's just watching. Please don't be shy about saying hello. And this will all make sense in a few minutes here. Now, when you etch, be sure that you get a good amount of lines. People tend to hesitate about cutting into the paper. And so the lines end up being a little bit further apart. Excuse me. Alright, and let's get that tail done. So Rhonda says, ILene, Jenny received the fairy coloring book from Sandy today. She was so surprised and excited. She'll be in touch with Sandy soon. Oh, that's great. That is so great. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. Let me get. Well, you know, we've got a great group here, and very generous. Did you send Sandy a note that she got the book today? All right. So let's go ahead and get this face done. Well, I'm so glad that Ginny was surprised. She'll find out how generous this whole group is. Okay, so I'm just going to thicken up the fur a little bit here on this first one. All right. Zoom out. All right, so I've got both cats etched. Let me put my knife away. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my, let's see here. My chalks and my eyeshadow. And you can use either one. Eyeshadow works great if you don't have the regular chalks. This is my zoom out. Zoom out. Hi, Sandy. And I'm going to grab my little sponge tip applicators. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to, I'll start with this cat right here. Sandy, thanks again for sending Ginny that book. And I'm going to go ahead and use my X-Acto knife. And we're going to go ahead and just gently shave off a little bit of this color onto here. Now, if you have eyeshadow, just use your applicator and rub it on your eyeshadow and put it on. And this is where the magic happens. Zoom in. Zoom in. Now, if you're concerned about using an X-Acto knife, all you have to do is rub your chalk, your applicator on your chalk directly, and you can also rub it on that way. Either way works. Melissa, hello. Sandy, great. She said she picked up some Faber-Castell chalk today at Michael's with a 40% off coupon. Yay, good. So what I want you to see now is wherever I put those lines in there, I cut those little lines. That chalk is going into it beautifully. And that's how we're getting our look on our fur. Isn't that cool? Sandy, which set did you get? How many chalks are in it? Okay, now I'm going to go with a slightly darker gray. And this is where I'm going to start adding 72. That's the one I've got. Yay! So notice now how I'm adding the shading here. Oh, Sandy, you'll love it. And this is your opportunity with, now I'm going to use black. And I'm going to go ahead and darken some of the areas on the cat. And again, I'm just using my sponge tip applicator and just rubbing it against my chalks. Oh, you had to use the coupon today or tomorrow. Okay. Now, Sandy, have you ever used the chalks before? This is your first set, isn't it? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to darken one of the legs. No, you've never not used them. Okay, good. Well, you've seen me do it, and you're seeing me do it now. So don't forget, guys, to do something unusual. So I'm going ahead, and you know that how cats come up with different colors, right? So by putting this pattern on the cat, you're making it look really cool. And I'm going to come down the back leg as well. And look how expressive now that cat is. You see it? All right, and now I'm going to run just a little bit of my darker chalk up the tail. And I'm going to go a little bit darker on the tip. Isn't that cool? And you see now by adding just a little bit of extra color how expressive now that cat looks. And then I'm going to use just a little bit of pink here on the face itself. And look how ridiculously cute that cat looks. Isn't that cute? Excuse me while I move you just a little bit. And then I'm going to use the edge of my sponge. And I'm just going to hit that pink in that ear. See that? Now, you can do this with your pencils if you want, if your areas get really teeny tiny. Now, I missed an area here. Zoom in. I missed an area here on the ear. So I'll go ahead and scrape that, and then I'll pop in just that little bit of dark. How ridiculously cute is that? Zoom out. And then my last step is I just go ahead and do my cleanup, because your chalks will get a little messy. Don't worry about that. Oh, how cute. All right, zoom out. And don't forget that if you have any areas that you missed or need to be added to, you can just go ahead and work that up with your pencil. I mean, see, I've got my black pencil here, and I can go ahead and add even more dimension. Zoom in. And this lets you detail just a little bit more. Any way that you want to. See? Here we go. And we'll just give that a quick little rub. Now, with my black pencil, I'm going to go ahead and color in now the black footies. We'll go ahead and make those dark. And be sure to blend it in. Although, of course, we do know that there can be abrupt color changes on a cat. So that's not that big of a worry. Zoom in. Zoom in. And then I'm going to work it. I'm just going to take my blender pencil and blend in that black just a little bit, because I want that smoother. There you go. Oh, how cute. All right, let's take a look at that. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. And yes, you can blend chalks or your eye makeup. See that? Zoom out. Isn't that cute? All right. So let me grab a clean sponge tip applicator. Let's see here. Any questions? Like, don't like? Zoom in. Zoom in. So I'm going to work on some browns with this. I've got a nice light brown in my Faber-Castell kit. And on this one, I'm just going to go ahead and apply in a couple of areas. With this particular brown. And then I'm going to go through with a slightly darker brown. Ooh, pretty. And color up our different areas. So check this out. And then I'm just going to tidy up just a little bit. And notice now how our cuts are bringing up our fur lines beautifully. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my pink and we'll go ahead and hit the nose area with that. And again, this is something that you can do with your pencils as well. And that works out. All right. For example, when I do inside that ear, I'll just go ahead and, let's see here, we'll color that. We'll go ahead and tap a little pink in there. Zoom out. Zoom out. All right. Questions, comments? I hope this is giving you some ideas. All right. Now, definitely, of course, you really need to have your paper towel here because of the chalk now on your page. You want to eliminate as much of the smearing as you can. All right, so let's go back. Zoom in. Zoom in. And we'll go ahead and work on the fur. We've got 3 more cats here. And again, you only have to break the surface of the paper when you're etching on here. And you'll get the feel for it. Rhonda has etched on, this is cardstock that I'm working on. Rhonda has etched on standard paper that comes in the coloring books. So she's worked this really well. Okay, so we've got a putty tat here, leg. Don't forget your ears like I did last time. There we go. All right. So I'm going to work a very dark brown, and guys, I'm doing these different colors to show you how well this etching works regardless of whatever color. So this is a pretty dark brown. And the color works beautifully. Now I'm going to go ahead and introduce a reddish brick color here. On the end of the tail. And I'm going to also add that reddish brick color to my brown. So you can layer these colors. Just like with the pencil. Totally up to you how you want to handle that. I just want to show you your options. Alright, so let's get this guy done. And I'm going to go ahead and use my reddish now on the paws. This is why cats are fun to do, because you can, do these different colors. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of black and we'll add that now. So don't be afraid to vary your colors on here. You can do it very, very easily. Okay. Now let me do a little bit of cleanup. Makes all the difference in the world then when you see this together here and cleaned up. Excuse me. Zoom out. Zoom out. So let's look at everything that we have, including a witch that's got fur color on her. Now, as you get to these smaller areas, if you prefer just to use your pencil, that's fine. But with the etching, the eyeshadow or the pastel chalks work a lot better. Now, I'm going to use my pencil here to go ahead and get the detail on his ears, and we'll go ahead and pink up his nose a little bit. There we go. And the mouth. Okay. So this little guy here, I'm going to etch him, but I'm not going to etch on that tiger pattern right there. I'll show you why in a moment. Zoom in. And if anybody has questions about the etching, please speak up. This is my slice knife. I'm just etching the pattern of the fur, which means I'm just cutting into the paper. And then I'm using eyeshadow. And you can use eye makeup. I'm sorry, eyeshadow. Eyeshadow or the chalks. All right, let's get his bottom half done here. And then let's get his tail. And guys, just like a pencil, you want your paper towel or your whatever, your hand resting on this. Hello, Nan. Welcome. Welcome to the group and the live here. Nan, how are you today? Welcome. So Pinterest led you here, really? How did that happen? Okay, now I'm going to take some orange here, pencil. Welcome to Nan Carson. Zoom in. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my orange pencil and I'm going to color in our little marks on here. So this is where I'm saying that you can use your pencil with your chalks. Oh, how cute is that? All right, and let's go ahead and color in these little spots. Oh, that's nice. So you're well. I was reading a page from Color with Claire, and it said to click to join daily live coloring 7 to 10 p.m. Excellent. Nan, where are you from? Okay, so I've got the orange on the cat. Zoom out. And now I'm going to go ahead with a yellowish color here. I'm going to go with a yellowish orange. Excuse my arm. Well, welcome to Nan from Michigan. Nan, the tool that I'm using is called a slice knife, S-L-I-C-E, that's the brand. And what it does is it creates a crevice in the paper, and then that crevice, when you put your eyeshadow or your Faber-Castell on top of it, it goes into the crevice, and that's what shows up for your marks. Ashley, yeah, Halloween images, I just don't want violence. It's not gory, but it's not cutesy, no blood or gore or nudity. Okay, yeah, just pop it on there. Thank you for asking. Yes, ma'am. Okay, now I'm going to go with a little more orange on here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to darken with a little bit of orange here on the tip of the tail. So Nan, what you're doing with the slice knife is, like I said, is you just cut that crevice into the paper, and then when you fill it in with the eyeshadow or the Faber-Castell chalks. Oh, how cute is that? Now, our cats are looking a little wimpy right now. And that's because I don't have any color around them on her outfit. But we'll get that in there, and this is going to look a lot better. So I'm going to put a little pink on there. And then just do a little finger blend with that. And we'll pop a little pink into the ears. Nan, I did a tutorial actually on horsehair. I do that every time. Let me get that orange off of her hat. All right, let's take a look on this overall. Zoom out. Zoom out. And by the way, of course, when you put your colors down, make sure you get right up to the edge. Otherwise, it's going to look wonky. And the texture on these kitties, it's just so cute. Yeah, Nan, this is the knife. Now, I gotta tell you, I put this tape around the outside because it's white, and I wanted to be able to find it easily, and then I put a black line on the top, which tells me that this is the top of the knife, and then it orients this for me for the blade. So, that's my own addition here. Okay, let's get one more cat done here. Zoom out. Okay, Melissa says she's back. Yay. And again, welcome to all my peeps who are watching but aren't necessarily in the room. Nan, are you, if you go to our affiliate list, if you go to the top of the group, go to announcements, and there's an affiliate list there. And what that does is the group gets a small portion of the sale. We get a few pennies off the sale, but the link to the slice knife is there. Should be there. But I highly suggest it. It's really a good one. Alright, I'm just cleaning up with my goopy eraser. And Nan, if you have any questions while I'm broadcasting, please. That's why I'm live, guys. Okay. So we've got some pretty good looking cats. Nan, you are welcome. So Nan, you said you're from Michigan. I used to live in New York State, born and bred. Then I moved to Ohio, and then I moved to Tennessee. I'm in Tennessee. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I think this is turning out ridiculously cute. And Nan, every broadcast goes to video, so if you can't join us for some reason, it goes to video in the group, and also I have YouTube. I'm on YouTube. All right, let's get one more cat done, and then we can move on. Zoom in. Zoom in. And I don't know about you, but I think this third cat looks a little PO'd. Okay, slice knife. Cutting in the direction of the fur. Etching into the paper. This is cardstock. What brought me to Tennessee? When my marriage ended, I moved to Tennessee. I had some friends down here. I love Tennessee. It's a great state. Okay, so let's get this fur. Gosh, I've been here, what, 14 years now? Now, this slice knife works beautifully for following contour. It's a lot like Kentucky, yeah. So Nan says, yes, born and raised here, Michigan, traveled the country for work, stayed in mid-Michigan to raise the kids, went back on the road when they reached adulthood, returned to Michigan when our first great-grandchild was born. Ooh, how neat is that? Nan, what did you do for work? Marketing, sales, pharmaceuticals? Okay, now notice how I'm able to take my slice knife and follow the curvature of the tail, which you would see if I keep it on camera. Oh, you open big box retail stores. Cool. I used to work for a telephone company and that manufactured systems, you know, telephone systems, and I would go into the stores that bought the different phones and I would show them how to work them. So I understand. Okay. Nan, we have an absolutely wonderful work group here. So Rhonda says, Nan, this is a really great group. I've learned so much and made really great friends. We're all about being here for each other. Exactly. And Rhonda's not just saying that. I mean, that's a big thing for me is I broadcast Nan 365 days of the year. And I make sure that I'm here for everybody. Okay. Let's see what kind of trouble I can get into here with this. And Nan, like I said, don't hesitate to ask if you've got questions. Nan, how long have you been coloring? Okay, I'm going to go with black now. And again, guys, notice even with the darker fur, so Nan says she just started coloring about 6 months ago. Between COVID and retirement, I have to learn what to do besides work. Understood. Well, Nan, don't even think about not asking a question. Hi, sweetie. Hi. What you doing? Melissa says, welcome, Nan. I couldn't make it right now without this group of friends. I've had a horrible last 2 years, but now I feel I have to be here every night. Love you, Melissa. And Nan, if anybody needs prayer, we stop and we pray. So if that's something that you ever need, based on your beliefs, we will do that. Okay. So I'm going to make him black. All right, let me move this down. And Nan, even if there's an evening where you just want to come in and watch, that's fine too. I mean, I love it when people chat, but sometimes it gets quiet because people like to color. So you have just shown me what I can do with my eyeshadow. If I take off my glasses, I can't see, so I gave up on eye makeup. Okay, yeah, and that's a budget thing that if people can't afford, like the Faber-Castell chalks, get yourself some inexpensive eyeshadow. Hello, Jean. Welcome, Jean. Good to see you. Okay, now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this black cat. Jean is in the room. Okay, now this face is small enough, so now I'm going to go ahead and erase out where I'm going to put other colors. And remember, you can use your colored pencils with your eyeshadow. So we go ahead and we add our little bit of pink and we put it on the nose and on the muzzle. Now, this black cat, Jean, good to see you. I hope you can stay with us for a while tonight. We're working on cute witches. I cannot talk. That's okay. I just do this every night and I can't talk. Whee! Okay, Jean, you're gonna watch tonight? All right. Jean, we've got a new person in tonight, Nan. If you care to say hello, that's fine. Nan's from Michigan. We won't hold that against her. Oh, Nan, you're gonna find out my brand of humor. Okay, so we've got a ticked off cat right here, I think. Oh, you're coloring cosplay cats. Okay, cool. Let me put my chalks away. Oh, and Nan, if you do use the affiliate list, I've got hearts by the things that I feel are critical for coloring. So Rhonda says, ILene, also not as experienced. I find eyeshadow easier to handle. Now I use chalks too, but I still love the eyeshadow. Sure. Eyeshadow is great. Okay, so I'm going to take my Black Beauty by Brett Funner. And because this chalk is not coming in as dark as I would like it, I am now going to go over what I chalked up. Zoom in. Nan, we're not kidding. We are family here. We hurt when our other members hurt, and we are here for them, and that's just what we do. Okay, now notice how I'm using my Arteza on top of the chalk, on top of the cut marks in the paper. And notice how those cut marks are still staying. So again, I want this cat a little bit darker. But what do I always tell you? Tint in your colors. I am not pressing hard at all. Okay. So I'm coloring in my little circles here. And I'm getting a really, really good color lay down with this, as you can see. Now, see the difference between this part and the part with my eyeshadow? Now, you may say, well, why bother with the eyeshadow? Because the eyeshadow goes into the crevices, or the chalks go into the crevices, and that's what makes your lines show up. Rhonda has experimented, I've experimented, and it turns out that, you know, yeah, you can use pencil, but it doesn't work as well for the crevices. So if you use the eyeshadow, or the chalks, you'll get a much better look on this. Okay. So this little guy here, we're going to color him, we're going to keep him black. Zoom out. So Jean says, I'm going back into surgery again on my leg, possibly in 2 weeks. Okay. They said it's not healing right, so it'll be in and out surgery. Okay. The doctor wants to clean it out until he sees fresh tissue, and then it's another 4 weeks to finish healing. Oh. Jean, please let us know. Thank you for letting me know. Or letting us all know. So this is September, so about October, late October. Well, you know, Jean, that when you go into surgery, we will pray over you. Yeah, Nan, Jean's been having, and her mom, Marilyn, have been having a little tough time. So we always encourage Jean to come in and listen to the broadcast and chat with us and color with us, and we can keep her in our prayers. Well, Jean, I hope that they get this taken care of for you. Nan, Jean has been fighting a staph infection in her leg. And the main thing is to make sure it doesn't go into sepsis. Zoom out. Zoom out. Oh, there we go. Zoom out. Zoom out. So what do you think? I just felt like doing the cats tonight. Wanted to show you the scratch method with the knife, the slice knife. And you guys know that I encourage you to contact each other if you care to say anything in message. Yeah, and these kitties are going to look really neat. Hi, sweetie. Hold on, guys. I got a cat here that's... Oh. Bugging me for attention? Yes, you are. Just taking a little commercial break here. Yeah. Yeah, let's see if we can get you on camera here. Oh, there we go. Yep. That's Gizabelle. Zoom out. Yeah. She just needed a little bit of attention. Hi, Gizzy. Okay, come on. We're going to go. All right. Rita from Guatemala. Hi, Rita. Okay, let's move on. Any questions about what I've been doing here with these cats? Okay. Now, remember that I like to go back and tweak. So, on every single one of these cats, if you want to take pencil and just darken up a little bit, you can. You can dimension it a little more if you want. So on this cat, for example, here, I'm using my pencil. This happens to be, I don't know, oh, it's an Arteza A113. And what I'm doing is I'm using the side of the pencil. Oh, Nan, and on the 28th, we have a live coloring. I have a coloring book artist coming in, Dawn Boyer, and we do a side-by-side duet coloring from one of her books. So we're excited about that. Okay, everybody see now how this is coming in? And I'm just highlighting on the fur. So you have lots of opportunity to do really cool stuff. Zoom in. With your cats once you have etched the fur. And I definitely encourage you to do this because you don't want dull coloring, right? We've talked a lot about that. And another thing that I've always told you too, have I chatted with Jeff Haney? I sent him a text message and he is releasing his new coloring book and he will be visiting us. Nan, Jeff Haney is another coloring book artist that we have come in. And then Helen Elliston usually pops in from England, except usually it's because of the time difference, it's 1 or 2 in the morning, but she still makes it in. So, yes, ma'am, Jean, Jeff is lined up. I just haven't announced it yet because he hasn't given me a firm date. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to just darken this just a little bit more here. And guys, cats are fun to do because they've got so many different markings, and you can play around with what you want to do here. You know, I mean, don't get stupid with it, but there's a lot that you can do. Alright, so let's curve this around just a little more, and then I'll be happier with it. Alright. You've added the 28th to your calendar. Excellent, Nan. Zoom out. Zoom out. So, Nan, can you make it to this broadcast most evenings? Okay, everybody see now how I'm enhancing the coloring on this fur. And you know that I always tell you, if you have questions about how to color something like the fur on a cat, look at Google. Now, I'm going to go through, not tonight, I'm going to go through and I'll be tweaking, you know, these cats if I feel that it's necessary. Okay. So now I've got to decide which is which on this. No pun intended. Well, good, Nan. Glad to hear that. We believe, Nan, we believe in equal opportunity abuse, just to let you know. Oh, my. Okay. So we've got a dress here, and then it looks like a coat over the top. So let's see what we got here. Sandy, you are doing a wonderful job on that Jack and Jill. Oh my gosh. Guys, you really need to look at that. Sandy has been hesitant about doing grayscale, and she's jumped in now on Ruth Sanderson's been here too. And Ruth Sanderson is in the lineup to come in as well. That will be October or November. Okay. I'm feeling purple here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Cali art. Rhonda says, yeah, Rita says, I saw the Jack and Jill is absolutely marvelous job she's doing. Yeah, she is doing a good job. Rhonda says, my dog is barking back at your dog. Okay, I'm really feeling a deep purple here. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Cali art. And this color is R826. This is the alcohol marker. So be sure that you have paper behind it. Zoom in. And remember, when you put a color down with your alcohol markers, do not rush through with it, otherwise you will get streaking. Take your time. Isn't that pretty? Oh yeah, the side-by-side coloring is absolutely fun because Dawn and I pick on each other. We just have fun. We really do. Okay. And I've got to get Jeff Haney in here and do a side-by-side with him as well. Now remember, when you color your piece tells a story, right? And you need to decide what story your piece is telling. I don't know. Nan, do you have a printer? Summertime and living is easy. Oh, and Nan, by the way, it's absolutely critical that you go into announcements, please, and scroll through that. You will find out that we have a group song, a group tune. So you'll find that, and that's got really good information in there in that announcements. Oh, how pretty is this? Okay. Dawn Denise Boyer is a very enthusiastic supporter of this group. And we always have a good time getting together. She's done oodles of coloring books. The Big Kids Coloring Series. Okay, now this is coming together here, as you can see. Let's see here, we get that. I'm going to leave that cuff for now. Hello, Kathy. And what I like to do when I do my coloring with my alcohol marker is I'll go in like little circles, and that helps keep everything smooth. And don't forget that if you color something with an alcohol marker and it comes out wonky, you take your pencils. Ooh, I almost colored her hand purple. Whoop, 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 whoop. You take your pencil and you smooth out that area. Zoom in. Zoom in. Okay, now this is really starting to come together beautifully. Kathy, Kathy, Kathy. Okay. I've got a little gray on that cat. Hold on, I gotta fix something here that I just noticed. So we've got a little bit of gray on here, on that brown. I'm going to go ahead and erase that, and I'll fix that brown later. Oop, piece of... We're doing kitties. Actually, I'll fix it now. And again, guys, you can do repair on your eyeshadow with your pencil. Don't forget that. Sandy, you can ask Nan directly. Okay, so I'm going down and I'm coloring her long robe, not robe, but jacket. So Nan, you can go into the files and get the contest information, and also if you scroll down in the group, Dawn published a posted a link to the image that we'll be coloring. And she's also offering a prize. Oh, how pretty this is. All right. All right, let's get the rest of this top jacket coat colored. Again, guys, if you have alcohol markers, take your time. Because what happens is, as you color, 28th, Nan. People can either color along with it, with us, or they can pre-color it. And that's what you'll enter in the contest for the books, because Dawn is giving away giving away her book, a book. Right, you have until October 10th to complete it. Oh, how pretty. Zoom out. Let's take a look at this whole thing. That's right, Jean's birthday is October 10th. So see, that way she'll definitely remember the day, won't you, Jean? For the contest. All right, zoom out. Okay. And to those of you who are watching but are not in the room, would love to have you enter the contest. And how cute is that? All right. That's right, Rhonda was our big winner last time. Zoom in. Zoom in. Now, we talk about this all the time, that if you have areas that you're not sure what is what, you take your best guess and go with it, and no regrets. Right? And if you make a boo-boo, you make a boo-boo. Okay, I think we're good there. And again, don't forget that your alcohol markers will spread a little bit, so you need to allow room for that. Okay. Oh, is this looking ridiculously cute? Zoom out. Zoom out. Kathy says that girl on the coloring page is me on Thursday nights with the putties, right? Gotta love the putties. Okay. Now, you guys know full well that I'm not going to leave this like this, right? That I'm just going to fill in with marker. So I'm going to take now, that's right, as Bob Ross would say, there are no mistakes. Turn accidents into happy little trees. Or happy accidents. Okay, so I'm going to use now my Prismacolor Violet PC 932. Zoom in. Zoom in. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start darkening and shading on the marker that I just put on the paper. And that's how we are going to get, yeah, Kathy's got her time with her putties. And that's how we're going to get dimension on this piece, right? So you're using your colored pencil right on top of your marker. How many putty tats are you dealing with now, Kathy? And what we're going to do is we're going to shade around our area because we want that depth, right? And as I go for the darker coloring, Kathy has the one cat max, and on Thursday she's got 80. There you go. Now, this shading on this particular piece is so subtle, and it works really well with this particular marker. And what you want to do is you want to have your darker edges and then you blend in, right? And what you're going to have then is that lighter center. And that's how you get your depth on your piece. Everybody see that? Get a little bit of shading underneath the collar. Oh, a little more on that cat than I wanted to. And again, if you erase off your eyeshadow, you just fix it. with your brown pencil. All right. And we're going to go a little bit darker in the seams right here, right? So you do repeated strokes. And again, you color as though you're coloring on white paper. No streaks, guys. Absolutely no streaks. Darker on your edges, and then you blend in lighter, 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 lighter as you get towards your centers. So Kathy, when you go see your cats, do all 80 cats come running towards you? All right, everybody see the difference now in adding this purple pencil on top of your marker. And again, if you're new to the group and you don't understand what I mean about the blending, you said Thursdays? On Thursdays I have 80 cats. All right, let me clean off this little area here. And notice how I'm darkening the shading right here where the cat's paws are on top of the arm. All right, so now we'll go ahead and do the same thing here. And remember guys, you may not see much of a difference here. Oh, I bet you some of them get jealous. But trust me, this light purple now, or this dark purple, excuse me, that I'm putting in, is really making the difference. On the piece. Zoom out. Zoom out. All right, everybody see the difference now between the top portion? Now I did a little coloring right here, but see the difference now that we've got this depth and dimension. And that by coloring this the way that I'm coloring it, with the darker towards the edges, that's making that look pretty cool. Okay, because we don't want flat coloring. Hey, Sarah. Zoom in. I used my Cali Art alcohol marker. And that was color number R826. So Kathy says Thursdays we don't have a lot of adoptions, so we let the cats in the main room out of their cages. Oh. Which begs the question, how in the world do you get them back in again? Like trying to herd cats. One at a time. Now, this is where you can go ahead and add extra folds. See this line right here now that I'm adding? The artist did not put that in there. I'm putting it in because I want to make that look a little more folded. And I'm going to put one more right there. Any question about that at all? Kathy says, I just got off a bonus shift today, started at 7 a.m., off at 3:20, came in at 5 p.m. to 9:30, and she is tired. I bet. Okay, guys, see these extra folds here? Yes, no, maybe? And I'm just paralleling the one that the artist had put in. Experiment, guys. Okay, so let's pop over here on this side, zoom in. Zoom in. I'm going to go ahead and work up this side now. Does anybody have any questions about adding pencil on top of marker? And I'm going to add another crease right there. And then we're going to go in and add our shading down to the bottom. And notice how that center now starts to pop up light. All right, one more section here, and then I'll pull out all the way. Let me get my paper out from underneath because I'm done with my alcohol marker for now. Okay, so let's get our creases done down here. Shadowing on the outside. Turning my pencil to keep that point sharp. Remember that, when I lift it, I do a micro turn. Now watch this. I'm going to go ahead and add right where this comes together on this line. I'm going to go ahead and add another little another crease. How cool is that? Remember, guys, you want your piece to tell a story, right? And the more vibrant that you make it, and more interesting that you make it, the better your coloring is going to be. So see, just adding another little crease right there. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to continue that crease between the cat's leg. We'll do that. See how I did that? Very simple, straightforward. Repeated strokes with my pencil. And then we'll do just a little bit of shading in between the cat's legs. Nan, you still with us? Okay. Zoom out. Okay, everybody, yeah, I can't tell who's in the room. Drives me crazy. Oh, and Nan, I just always ask as a courtesy, if you need to step away for some reason, just say, you know, BRB, be right back, or if you're leaving, let me know. That way I'm not talking to myself. Zoom out. Okay, everybody see now how her cape is cascading because I added the extra swishes with my pencil. And then I'll go ahead and blend that a little bit. Zoom out. Check it out, guys, while I get some water. And again, by no means am I done with those cats. I'll be fine-tuning them and adding a little extra oomph and color. And then this is where I'll go ahead and tweak with my purple. Okay. Is everybody comfortable with this technique? So what I did is I colored in with my alcohol marker, and then I went through and shaded with my pencil. And that's going to make all the difference in the world. Okay. All right. Now, sometimes you want to go ahead and you want to highlight a crease. Haven't decided on the witch hair yet. So I'm going to use my white Prismacolor just to touch that up just a little bit. Now, don't go crazy with it. And butterfly kisses, guys, when you put this white accent on. In other words, you want to go in so light you're hardly touching the paper. Okay? All right. Zoom in. And this is also where you can go ahead and enhance your highlights now. And by enhancing your highlights, you also, what that does is that enhance your shading, right? Now, this witch's elbow is sticking out, right? It's bent. So that means that you're going to have your highlight or lighter area on that bend. Anybody have any question about that? This is from Cute Witches by Jade Summer. So what was that about the dress color that you guys are chatting about? Okay, now I'm going to take, zoom in, zoom in. I'm going to take my Brett Funner, it's called 9 Iron, it's a black. And I'm going to shade underneath this armband just a little bit. Rita says turquoise on the dress. Everybody see now how darkening that is making that crease beautifully. And I'm right close to this band, coming out maybe a 1/16 of an inch, if that. And look at the dimension now that we get on this. Everybody see that? Zoom out. Oh, Rhonda was wondering about the hair color, and Nan is thinking about the dress color. Okay. Gotcha. Zoom in. Oh, and Nan, by the way, if you ever ask me a question and I miss it, I don't answer, just ask again. It's not because I'm ignoring you, it's because I'm monitoring comments and coloring at the same time. Okay, now see, I'm going to add a little bit of this black underneath the putty feet. See that? And guys, this little extra addition of this black is so subtle. But I'll tell you what, it really makes your piece pop. It really will. So anytime now that you want to shade a little bit, we're going to go ahead and put that black underneath the collar. See that? Check that out. Isn't that beautiful? And I'm also going to add a little bit of my black on that curve of the dress, because I want that to recede when you're looking at it and give you that dimension. So we'll do it on the other side as well. Anybody have any questions about this technique? And then we'll go ahead and get around this cuff. And I'm also going to go around the footy just a little bit. What a difference. Okay. And now I'm going to take my black and edge a little right here. Now remember, you don't want to make a streak with this black. You've got to blend the black into your color. So this is not about just drawing a black line around your object at all. I'm also going to work it on the edge of the dress just a little bit and bring that in. So not only do I have that dark purple on the edge, but now I've got a little bit of our black. See that difference, guys, with just adding that little bit of black does? And again, you're not making stripes. Don't do that. Blend in your black, work it in. Yeah, Cute Witches by Jade Summer. And I'm going ahead and adding a little bit of black on the creases as well. Anybody have any questions about that? When you start using black to enhance like this and shade, your pieces are going to look fabulous. But only if you blend it properly. All right, anybody have any heebie-jeebies about adding black like this? Do you see why I'm doing it? Oh, what a difference. Zoom out. Yeah, it's Cute Witches by Jade Summer. Yeah. Anybody have any hesitation about adding any black like this? Zoom out. Now, what I want you to see and what you should notice is that this side here, the top and this left side look really good and dimensional, and this right side here on the purple looks flat. Questions, comments? Zoom in. All right, so let's go ahead and add that shading here. Zoom in. Butterfly touch on this, guys. Don't come in like a Mack truck and just make a black line on the edges. And what I also want you to notice too is underneath the paw, I'm going ahead and I'm coloring in this whole area over with the black lightly. So it's the narrow portion of the dress in between the paw and the leg. Sandy said she had to make s'mores and hot chocolate. Oh, yeah. Okay. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Okay. Questions? Comments? All right, let's see what we got here. And guys, I'm not looking for compliments, although they are appreciated. I'm looking for you understanding the technique that I'm using and if it makes sense. Okay. So you guys have been talking about turquoise for the dress. Okay. Let's see what we can do about that. I think I like that. Oop, that's too dark. Okay, I'll make it turquoise. I think that would look pretty darn cool. We in agreement on the turquoise, guys? All right. Zoom in. Zoom in. Turquoise it is. Very, very light touch with your markers, guys. Doesn't take much. Nan, we had a coloring one day. Remember this, guys? When I went ahead and I got an image, and I was 100% audience directed on it. So my peeps told me what color they wanted, and it turned out really well. Whoop. Bare spot there. That was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that when I did that. We need to do one again. Yeah, I can do that. You guys did a really good job. Pretty. Oh yeah, Nan, we had a great time with that. We really did. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to match the turquoise on the dress with the cuffs. Yeah, I'll definitely have to do that again. That would be fun. Okay, a teeny tiny bit of blue right there. Oh, how pretty. And then I'll pop up to the collar. Oh, how pretty. And then I'll go ahead, yeah, I'll do the armband and the little bow the same color, but you know I'm going to shade it, right? Miss Kathy, good night. Good night, Kathy. Good night, Kathy. Good night, Kathy. So glad you made it tonight. Zoom out. Zoom out. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Pretty, pretty, pretty. Now notice that I left the area where she's got a little gem there. I am, however, going to color that a neutral color. So I'll pick my beige, Prismacolor Base 1080. But you know that I'm going to put a gem on there, right? Good night, good night, good night. Whee! Yes, Nan, sometimes we sing people out the door. Oh. Now, when I was coloring her skin, obviously I missed that section of her other hand holding the putty. So I'm going to go through with my, this is a Crayola medium almond. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. So we'll go ahead and we'll get that skin colored up. That was an oopsie. All right. Zoom out. Much better, much better, much better. All right, I want to color some hearts. So I'm going to make some for you. And again, you know I like to pop around on my pieces. I'm just going to clean up my spots. Make sure that we don't have anything on there. So let's see what fun we can have with our hearts. Hello, Wanda. Wandy. Wanda, I'm doing Cute Witches by Jade Summer. Zoom out. Zoom out. We worked on some putty tats tonight. I used the slice knife to do the fur, and I'll be going back on the cats and fine-tuning everything. And of course I'll go back on our turquoise dress and shade that as well. Nan, this is Wanda. Wanda, Nan is a new member of the group. She's in here, as I'm sure other people are, but sometimes we don't hear from them for a while. Zoom in. So we're going to play with some hearts now. Let me move my camera just a little bit. You could tell that I used the slice knife. Yes, ma'am. Zoom in. All right. So I'm going to use my Brett Funner 133. And we'll get that base color down. And then But wait, there's more. That's our little catchphrase, Nan. So you guys know that I don't encourage flat coloring like this at all. In other words, we don't come in and just color the heart and move on, right? Now I'm going to come in with my lipstick red. This is my Brett Funner out of 520 set. And this is where we start to tint in our darker color. Amy, we don't accept apologies in this room. You don't need to say sorry. I should rephrase that. We don't allow apologies. You don't have to apologize. Okay, so notice how I am tinting now this red. Go ahead and put a little bit of darker, the same red around the outside here. And then I'm going to take a black, which happens to be Falcon Black, again, Brett Funner 520. And we're going to go ahead and shade on the edge. Amy, no apologies necessary. So what are the 3Ds that I talk about when we're coloring? Anybody remember that? Okay, and check now how by putting that darker color on the outside, similar that I did with the dress, or the cape, excuse me. That this heart is starting to pop off the page. I'm going to put just a little bit on this other side here. Depth, dimension, and detail. Thank you. That's it, Wanda. Or depth, dimension, and definition. Depth, dimension, and detail. Exactly. I would never in a million years just color a red heart and leave it. Everybody see now how that's starting to pop off the page. Zoom out. Zoom out. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. Summertime, summertime. Hey, Vicky. Yeah. Okay, let's do another one. Zoom in. Zoom, no, zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. So again, my lightest red. So this is my light, medium, and dark sequence, right? This is my lightest color here that I'm using. And that was my Brett Funner 133. And then I come in with my darker red. See how we're already getting dimension on that, guys? And that's my lipstick red, which is my Brett Funner 520 set. Be sure you get to your edges. And then I come in with my black. And on the left-hand side, I come in with that color. And then as I come into my right-hand side, I just put a really thin line just on that edge. And see, that ends up making the heart look like a little button on the page, doesn't it? Don't be afraid of your colors, guys. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Look how cute that looks. Doesn't it look cute? And notice how I'm rounding the black a little bit. Do it on this one too. You want to round that darker line. Not hard, guys, at all. All right, let's continue. Zoom in. Zoom in. And we'll go ahead and do that again. Now we've got a popcorn effect on here, but it doesn't matter because by the time I add my other layers, it goes away. And the popcorn effect is where you have your white paper showing through because your color isn't going in all the way. So there's my light red. Here's my darker red. Don't forget to curve. And then my black. And we'll come in with that just on the outside. Now, I've got a little more popcorn than I want, so I'm going to use my ivory. Faber-Castell ivory. We'll go ahead and smooth that out. There we go. And I definitely don't like that straight line that I put in black. Got to curve that little puppy. Oop, there we go. Make a little C. See? Okay. Now, these hearts do not take a lot of time to do. I'm working a little bit slower for you because I'm teaching this. But now I'm just going to zip in my colors here. So there's my light red. Here's my darker red. Make sure you don't come straight down with it. And here's my black. And be sure to curve, right? Okay. Here's a nice large one to do. This will look really pretty. Hello, Daisy. Hey, Daisy, we've got a new member today. Well, like I said, I know we've gotten other ones as well. But Nan is here. So if you'll welcome Nan, that would be great. Okay, now I'm going to blend that a little bit. I'm using my Faber-Castell Ivory 103. Keeps the color intact basically, doesn't add any white like the white does. And we'll smooth that out because it's a larger heart. So now we'll go ahead and add now that lipstick red. Am I close enough that you guys can really see this? Zoom in. See, guys, if you drop down from observation, we say hello to you. Be sure to curve your colors to give that dimension. And then we're going to shade that now for even more effect. Poor Nan, everybody's ganging up on her to say hi. And then a little bit around this outside edge to give that dimension as well. Alright. And let me tidy this up so you can really see how neat that looks. Alright, couple more hearts and then we can wrap it up. Zoom out. Let me show you how this is looking. Zoom out. Zoom out. There we go. Not too shabby. Let me sharpen my pencils. Oh, you don't have to go to work tomorrow. Oh. Why? How come, Wanda? Zoom in. All right, so a couple more hearts to do here. Oh, you'll have 2 days off in a row. How cool is that? So I'm just going to go ahead and color in my base color on my last two hearts, just because. Oh man, this looks so cool. It really does. So the restaurant is closed tomorrow so we can all attend a funeral for a dear friend. Oh. Sorry, Wanda. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and blend that with my 103 Ivory. And get that popcorn effect out of there, which is the holes that you see. So how come it's closed 2 days if the funeral's tomorrow? All right. Shade this up. Oh, we're closed on Sunday. Sorry about that. So Saturday for the funeral and then Sunday off for the normal closure. Gotcha. That's right. Now, if you're doing these hearts and you don't want to add that dark of a shading on the left-hand side, you certainly don't have to. I keep thinking, Wanda, that you're closed on Mondays. So I want you to see these hearts now where I didn't add the last black color. So let me pull out, zoom out, zoom out. Okay, see these last hearts here? Zoom out. So that's totally your choice about the look that you want. Personally speaking, I like to have the darker shading on it for this project. Don't forget to curve your shading. Zoom in. And then I'm going to go back and do one more quick thing with these guys. So sit tight with me here. I know it's 10 o'clock and ending time, but I want to show you this. Almost done. Okay. Zoom out. Let's take a look at this now. Zoom out. Zoom out. So now we've got floating dimensional hearts. And now I'm going to take my Arteza white gel pen. Love that. You guys know that I love that pen. And I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of shine line on there. Zoom in. And then I'll be done. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. Just a little teeny tiny touch. Okay? Zoom in. You don't need much. And don't forget that once you lay your color down, if you go back, you want to go ahead and not drag your pen, but tap it in. Otherwise, you'll rip up the previous ink that you laid down. All right. Oops, I'm sorry. Yeah. And a little there. How ridiculously cute. And a little there. And a little here. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. The black adds dimension to the heart. It makes it look, these are gem hearts. They look like gems. Remember when I did gems and I added the black? We have a light, a medium, and a dark color. So now we have gem hearts because we have the white section on the right and then the darker section on the left. Zoom out. All right, questions, comments? Hopefully you learned something tonight. And I want you to see now how this is all coming together beautifully. Those hearts really make it, don't they? So we have floating gem hearts. 2 shades of red and then a dark color. Okay guys, I think I'm gonna call it. Hope you learned something. Hope you had fun. Nan, nice to meet you. And guys, please share this on your timeline, will you? Yeah, the black gives it the depth. Exactly. Depth and dimension. That's what that black does. Okay, guys. Love you. Joyous, joyous coloring. I hope you had a good time. Nan, nice to meet you. And I will see everybody tomorrow night, same time, same place. And over comes Vicky for her treat because she hears me do my closing. Vicky's my dog, Nan. And every time she hears me closing like this, she comes over because she wants a treat. All right, guys. Take care. Love you, love you, love you. And I'll see you tomorrow night.